ready. It's about to go down. Where are we? That's right. I got my flippy floppies. I got my swim trunks, and I'm back on a boat on Paracel Storm, and we are doing a little review of passive radar. That's right, Battlefielders. We're turning this boat into an anti-air killing machine. And I tell you what, this thing rocks at taking out the enemy air vehicles. I've got this thing equipped with the 25mm cannon and the passive air anti-air missiles. And these things are pretty darn cool. I'll admit, at first I was a little unsure how these would work, but these work out pretty great. And they take out the enemy aircraft like a boss. See, we got this little bird here. Thinks he's all cool. He's up there. I can't touch him, but look, he's about to get a little bossage. Look at that. 2 missiles on him, locked on him. Good night, little bird. Okay, let's get down to business here. How do these passive radar missiles work? This is how they work. You find your enemy, you click on them there, you get your missiles all locked up. These things work at about 450 yards. You can acquire, 450 meters. You can acquire the target. You have to keep locked onto them for them to actually hit the target. And just about everything gets in the way of these things. Other jets, active, any countermeasures that they have, stop the passive radar from being locked on. But as the description of the passive radar says, if you are locked on, you lose the lock after you fire the missile, and you reacquire the lock, you still can end up killing the enemy. There's less of a chance of it, but you still can kill the enemy. I'll have to talk about right here. You'll see one of the downfalls of the passive radar is that you lose your Zuni rockets. I come up to this enemy boat here. I don't have any rockets to shoot at them, so I'm just using my 25mm cannon, which I have equipped specifically to make this an anti-air vehicle. You know, I get close here. I almost take him out. But you know what? He just has a little bit more firepower because I'm using a not an ideal setup for ground vehicle versus ground vehicle based combat, and I end up losing that battle. Plain and simple. That was the only, I would say, frustrating thing about this loadout, was not being able to take out enemy boats like you need to when you're playing on the Paracel Storm map. It is a little hard when you're going against a boat in calm or stormy waters, when maybe they have an extra player in their boat shooting at you or repairing their boat, and you're trying to take them out with the underpowered 25mm cannon, which isn't exactly made for vehicle combat. It's better at just straight up infantry elimination, because it has a bit more splash damage and you get 45 projectiles instead of the 15 you get with the 30mm cannon, which I prefer when I'm when I am doing a normal loadout in the boat where I'm trying to take out enemy boats, trying to take out enemy vehicles. So the most important thing to remember about the passive radar missiles is that pretty much anything can get in their way. If you get a vehicle that's on your side, get in the way of the lock, it will stop the lock, but you can reacquire it. It's just important to be patient. Just fire your missiles, because they do reload pretty quickly, and just make sure that you're keeping that lock centered. Just stop, especially when you're in a boat. Stop, just relax, keep that lock centered, and they will hit the enemy. They do a lot of damage. I think they're pretty cool setup. It probably won't be my main setup for the boat, but if I think I'm in a map and I think my team needs to take down the enemy jets or these enemy helicopters that need to just be eliminated, it definitely will be something I switch to in order to do that. As we see here, probably the worst jet pilot ever. Pretty much on par with me. Not such a good jet pilot myself. But yes, you just must be patient with them. You must hang back a little bit and just relax, because you are going to have troubles big time with other enemy vehicles when using the passive radar missiles. It's just a fact. When you are running the passive radar missiles, I do recommend as a countermeasure that you run the fire extinguisher. I had the best luck with that because I would get snuck up on by things if I'm looking up in the air trying to take out a helicopter when you're not exactly paying attention to your mini-map, when you're trying to stay on target there. So by running the fire extinguisher, you're able to get hit. If you're disabled, you can quick hit the fire extinguisher and then proceed to get some distance between yourself and whatever is firing at you, which is the best way of just possibly winning that battle. In the final clip here, it's just a teachable moment. This is something you have to think about. Think about this here. I'm taking out this helicopter. That boat sees me there. I lose on the helicopter. I realize I can't take him out. And I realize he's coming after me now. Now I've got some damage. I'm underpowered here because I'm using the 25mm. He thinks I'm going around the island. So what do? I use the waves to my advantage. I loop around the other way because I know he thinks I'm going around the island because that's what most people would do. And by reversing what he thinks, I can actually get the one up on him. Now I am behind him. This is the way you have to think when you're playing in vehicles. You have to do exactly what the enemy doesn't think you're going to do. And I end up here not quite winning this battle still. I see he has a guy repairing him. I pretty much realize I'm screwed. He's aiming pretty well at me. But when you use methods like that and you do have an on-par vehicle, you will win the vast majority of battles. And I'm about to go in the water here. Yep. Time to exit that vehicle. He's in a boat. I got my flippy floppies and my swim shorts here. Pull my pistol out. About to get run over. Pistol versus boat. I lose. I'd like to thank everyone for watching this video. My name is Noodle. Use your noodle.